All right. I want to welcome everybody again to one of our wonderful Jewel from our Jewels that we have every Thursday morning. It's just a wonderful time for us to get together with all these awesome jewels across the country to share a half hour with us. And I know for me, it's very instrumental in just education that I love to do. So today we have Yvonne Scott, and she is an Emerald Ambassador from Oklahoma that I met in the pool in Hawaii last year. And we were having a really good time. And then we headed over to the hot tub, and we had a really fun time in there with a bunch of, there was, I think, 4 or 5 couples in there. And we spent the evening just talking and just having a great time. And that's the wonderful thing about Plexus. And that's what I can't wait for all of you girls and guys, if there's some guys on here, to be able to enjoy when we go to Hawaii. It is just an amazing time to just grow these friendships and meet these awesome people. So I'm going to turn it over to Yvonne right now and let her just have the rest of the time to talk to us. So there she is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Yvonne Cannon. I'm from Oklahoma. As Cindy.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I know there's several jewels that you have lined up, so that could be a confusion. It's okay.
No,
as she said, I'm from Oklahoma. So I'll tell you a little bit of story about me. I'll try to make it short and simple. I joined in March of 2014. I had actually requested a sample from my upline, Kelly Lee. She's a Diamond Ambassador now with Plexus. I used to work with her at a Mexican restaurant here in Oklahoma. And I had worked with her like years before, because at the time when I started my Plexus business, I was a military wife of a Marine living in San Diego. I had asked for a 3-day sample, and my husband stole it, you guys. As you guys know, the military, I don't know if you guys know this, but the military has to get weighed in once a year and get measured to make sure they're making weight and that they're still physically healthy. So my husband was doing all this crazy crashing diet for like a week to prepare. And so I got my 3-day sample. He stole it, you guys. And I was upset because I never got to taste it, and because he's a guy, he lost all this he lost the weight that he needed to lose for his 1-year exam. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sold on Plexus. So honestly, when I joined Plexus, I did think it was going to be my magic weight loss pill. My husband were going to lose all this weight. We were trying, and 2004 was going to be the year that me and my husband were going to get the healthiest we ever were. Because the year before, I was suffering with all these health issues. I suffer from endometriosis because of the years and even the months when I was living in California, with me being misdiagnosed with them not finding out what was going on with me. My body was being put through the ringer. All these medications, all these hormone stuff. It was just really messing up my body, and it was causing me to be kind of emotional crazy, as my husband would say. And I was up and down a lot on the scale. And obviously all that hormone treatment stuff that my body was going through was making me gain a lot of weight. So I joined in March of 2014. I actually was waiting. I waited till my tax return to come in, and I went into wholesale. My upline told me about all the potential of what Plexus could do for us, because we are actually under Celeste's second position. We were her first jewel team on that second position. And she told how Jared, her husband, was watching them and seeing how they were able to pay off all this debt, build their dream home, travel, go to Hawaii every year. And you guys, I had been personally been people were trying to recruit me to join their network marketing teams, but I wasn't interested. I was already a full-time retail supervisor. I was already working 40 to 60 hours a week, living in California where we had no reliable when it came to babysitting, because it was just me and my husband and my kids there. 2 active boys, and always with the military, your life gets planned around the military life. So if something changed with my husband's job stuff, I had to like change my stuff because obviously the military always came first. So I didn't, and then like I said, I didn't have time to do other parties. I didn't want to deal with quotas, and also the sign up cost for me to join their company was crazy. I was like, I don't have that type of money. And obviously I needed Plexus because like I was going through my own personal health issues. So I jumped in. I went all in, you guys, with Plexus. I became a wholesale ambassador. Right away, I made a post. And you guys, I made the most, when I look back at it, when I tell my team to make their first post, I can't believe I did this. I found this e-card that says, what does Plexus and tequila have in common? They make your clothes come off. I posted that as my first status, like, hey, you guys, you know I like tequila, and y'all know I've been trying to lose weight. I joined Plexus. I think this might be the tool that I need to get healthier. If you guys want a 7-day sample, go to my website and order. You guys, my friends were already looking into Plexus, and they trusted me. They're like, oh, 7-day sample, and we get a 60-day money-back guarantee. We're in. I had 10 people order the 7-day sample, and that's how I just kind of hit the ground running. I just posted every day, and I shared my journey. Everyone had already seen how I was suffering. I was having surgeries. I was having kidney stone issues. I was always in the hospital. People knew that I was miserable. I was complaining that I was tired. I was complaining that all I did was work all the time. I was complaining about how me and my husband were living paycheck to paycheck. So obviously when Plexus was coming and that money I was talking about, oh my goodness, we have an extra $300 this month because of Plexus. It's nice to go grocery shopping as a military family and not be worried about how much our grocery bills is. Yeah. So stuff like that, I was sharing. I was letting everyone, I was very vulnerable, and I'm very transparent. I don't sugarcoat anything. I let people come into my lives. I tell you how it is, and people were just drawn to that, and they immediately saw that. I shared how for the very first time I was able to get on a treadmill machine after not being able to work out because I was having surgeries. Sharing how I was able to run a mile on a treadmill. I never done that before, and especially the first day back from surgery. I shared that, and I think that's what just got people excited to share my journey because, as you guys know, we offer hope to people, and the fact that I was doing it, that intrigued them. So I kind of think that is what got my business going. Also because I'm very social and I love to share. I love to talk. And just sharing, you know, I had to tell everybody about Plexus, how it was helping me and my husband. And I think that's what just got me going. And I hit the ground running. 14 months after I joined the business, I was able to leave that full-time retail job. In the middle of when my team was blowing up, you guys, I was moving. It was actually my last year, my husband being in the Marines. I was moving cross country. We came back home after being gone for 6 years. And I remember in December of 2014 asking my boss, my current boss at my niece store. She didn't like me. She flat out told me. She had told the other manager she was going to make sure I never got promoted because she was intimidated by me because I came from a big store. She was intimidated I was going to take her position. She had no idea that my passion was more about Plexus, and I had no intention of moving up with the company. I did at one point, but I didn't like the store that I was at here locally. So I remember in December of 2014 asking her to take off. I wanted off during the morning. In December, you guys, when you work in retail, no one wants to close. Everyone hates closing at a retail job during the holidays because you have no idea when you're going to come home. Right. I said, hey, can I have this morning off and I'll be able to come to work at 2 and I will close. She denied it because she was just an ugly person and didn't want it. And I remember telling my husband and crying about it to my upline saying, this is going to be the last holiday that I'm going to work because this is the first time in 5 years that I have been home, and I want to see my family during the holidays. My husband worked Monday through Fridays, and I was always stuck working. I missed so many basketball games of my oldest son, and I couldn't go to I'm finally home. I couldn't even go see my friends that are having babies and meeting their babies, or I couldn't go to their birthday parties. My mom, who has health issues, I couldn't even take off to take her to doctor's appointment. I was just livid. And that December, I was like, this is it. I'm going to have to step it up a notch in my business because I'm not coming back next holiday season. I'm done. You guys, I had 30 minutes to an hour each day to work my Plexus business. And I will tell you this, I did more in working my business when I was working a full-time job, because this is why. During my lunch breaks, those 30 minutes, I would hurry up and eat my meal for 5 minutes. I always had a things to do list with me of everything I needed to do, and I actually gave each day a theme. Friday was my follow-up days with my customers. Thursday was the days that I would check in with all my level ones. Wednesdays was the day that I would post contests, send out samples. Tuesday would be, I forgot what my Tuesday was. I think my Tuesday was whatever I couldn't do for the rest of the week. And Monday was the day that I always made sure I gave my goals and posted on my team page. So those 25 minutes that I had at lunch, I did everything that I needed to do on those days that I themed, and I worked my business hard for those 25 minutes. When I got off at work and I came home at 11 o'clock at night, I worked my business. And I let my team know, because I learned this from Rosalind Payne. Hey, you guys, I work a full-time retail job, so I work Plexus in the nooks and crannies of things. Just to let you guys know, send me a message. If I don't respond right away, I'm probably at work, but as soon as I get a break or as soon as I get home, I will respond to you. And my upline and my best friend now, Holly Torres, who's my level 1, she's my emerald on my team. I told them straight up, you guys, this week I am scheduled to work 60 hours this week. I'm in the weeds. If anyone posts on my team page or has a questions, can they please reach out to you guys, or can you help me? So right away, I never took advantage of that, but I would always respond as fast as I can. If they knew if like it was an urgent question from my level 1s, they would get to them. They would know to message me first, and then they would ask them for help. So my team knew right away. So those that are busy working, you just got to set the standards with your team right away to let them know what's going on in your life and why you're not responding, and they will respect your time. And you know what? I kind of love that more, because I noticed when I was busy working, my team was more challenged to find the answers themselves instead of always relying on me to find the answer. That was amazing. So, and I remember talking to Michelle Thomas. She came to Super Saturdays, and I was like, Michelle, you know what's weird? I think I did more for my Plexus business when I was busy working my butt off, working 60 hours a week, than I am now being a stay-at-home mama. And she was like, you know why? Because A, you're competitive, and B, because you're racing against the time. Mm-hmm. So what she had me start doing, which I started doing again, I have a timer on my phone, and I work my business for 30 minutes. And I do I work it all day, but for those 30 minutes, I'm doing IPAs, because it's just more challenging and motivating me that way. And it's true, you do more when you have less time. So anyways, I kind of went on there. So I quit my job, full-time retail job, because I was tired of it. 14 months after I joined Plexus, which was amazing. 2 months after that, I went Emerald. I actually went Emerald last year on July 31st at 10 o'clock in the morning. I was one of the last ones to qualify to go to Maui that year. And the only reason I can remember the time was because during this, I already thought I was going to be Emerald in May, because my goal was to go Emerald in May after I quit my job, so I could be like, peace out, and guess what? I got promoted on my Plexus job, and that raise is way better than what you would have ever given me. Because I wanted to, kind of rub it in my boss's face. But the only reason I remember was because me and my husband were going cross-country visiting his grandparents in Colorado. We were on the road. I don't have the best signal, and I'm fighting to get these last 10, 15 points to go Emerald. We had to stay overnight at a hotel on July 30th. So that I could make sure when I woke up in the morning, I could go Emerald. You guys, I went Emerald at 10 o'clock in the morning. We crossed the state lines, and I was like, my signal was gone. So that was actually kind of funny, how that all happened about me going Emerald. So.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's kind of a little bit about me. Plexus has helped me, obviously, with the pain from endometriosis. I love working out now. Plexus has allowed me to give me the freedom of my time. Which I love. You guys, it's so nice planning your life around the needs of your family. I can go to more basketball games if my husband decides, hey, can you go run this errand for me for work? I can do that if, obviously I don't have my other stuff that I got to do. I get to volunteer at my kids' school. I got to go back to college last January for the first time. I'd always try to go back to college, and I always had to withdraw because A, I didn't have the money to pay for my tuition, or B, because I didn't have anyone to help watch my kids so that I could go to school. So it was nice going back to college and pay for tuition in cash. You know how many people are out there trapped up in student loan debt? And I don't have to worry about thanks to my Plexus Freedom. So, and then another passion I get to do, as Cindy was talking about, when I was little, I used to do Mexican folkloric dancing. It's a very traditional Mexican dancing. That is something that I always wanted to do, but I never got to do because I was so busy working. Now I'm part of a dance group, and we do dancing, and we do things for our community with our dance group. So it's kind of nice that I get to do all these things that I'm so passionate about thanks to Plexus.
Mm-hmm. That's so awesome. I love that. I love your whole story. So
yeah, thank you.
Very perfect for a bunch of girls on here that are doing what you did, going to so they can quit their jobs. Mm-hmm. So that was awesome that you shared that for us. Can you share with us kind of what you do with a new ambassador that is ready to rock and roll? Like they're not like a wholesale buyer, but they're ready to, hit the road rolling. What are some ideas for us with somebody like that?
Okay, so the minute someone tells me, girl, I want to work this business, what do I have to do? These are the things I tell them. Mm-hmm. Okay, girl, if you're ready to work this business, I'm about to announce you on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I announce that person to kind of break the ice for them. Be like, you guys, I'm so excited. One of my best friends, Cindy, joined my team. I'm so excited to have you on board. You guys, if you have any questions about Plexus, Cindy's your go-to girl. So I already welcome them on my Facebook page, on our team pages. I personally I have a list of videos that I watch, or that I save it on my notes. It's about 6 videos, and it's very basic videos. It's about what is Plexus, how we get paid, a video of how to reach out to your cold market, like these training videos that I have found on YouTube, my favorite ones. And I send them this. I was like, hey, girl, I know you're ready to work the business. I'm going to tag you on our welcome to our team page ambassador post. On this post that I tag everyone, it's a video of me welcoming them to Plexus. It's like 10 minutes long. A little bit about my story and tips to get them going. So they're automatically tagged there. And also, when I'm tagging their name on this post, in the comments, I have a lot of information in there. I have about the top 3 books that they need to read. I have where they can get business cards if they need business cards. What are the top 5 people I think they should follow on YouTube? So I tell them, not only am I tagging you on this thread, like the pin post that you have on your team pages, I really need you to read the comments and like it. Like each comment, because that tells me what you've done. So they're reading those comments. I'm sending in those videos, and I hurry up and I get them connected with my upline. We get on a 3-way message on Facebook. We talk voice chat, or we get on a 3-way phone call, and I just introduce it like, oh my goodness, Kelly, this is my new ambassador. She is so excited to join the business. I just want to tell you a little bit about her. Do you have any tips for her? Like what she's ready to rock it. And Kelly always, like me and Kelly do everything together. So I kind of already know what she's going to say because we tell each other everything, and we always tell our ambassadors. So when Kelly is telling that person the exact same thing what I've told them, it provides a validation. Yeah. So my person was like, oh, okay, Yvonne just told me to do that too. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. And then that's all I kind of do. And I make them read. And then the last thing I do is I make them read Millionaire by Halftime. If you guys have not read that book, read it. I love Millionaire by Halftime by Presley Swaggerty. He changed the course of my business. I actually built a relationship with Presley Swaggerty. I reached out to him, and he actually came down to Oklahoma and helped train my team. So I am very big about reading Millionaire by Halftime. That's the perfect book if you're new in this business. I don't know. Have you guys read that book yet?
Let's develop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just love that book. I love the homework activities he tells you because it really helps someone that wants to get this business going because it helps establish your goals, helps build your why, and what you need to do to succeed in this business.
Yeah.
So that's what I kind of tell my new ambassadors when they join.
Mm-hmm. How about, do you have them make a list and stuff?
Yes. Also, a part of it is obviously start making their list of 100. I know that's so terrifying for those ambassadors, so I at least tell them, I know right now it sounds complicated, but as soon as you get 25 people on your list, check in with me. I give them like a day to make a list of 25, because when you go through that list of 25 and you're going over and over it, be like, hey, do you have any mutual friends with your friend Sarah? Oh, yeah, I do. What do you know? They start remembering who to start adding to their list of 100. Oh, your cousin? Do you have any other cousins that might like plexus? And, I just kind of help them also with their list of 100. Mm-hmm. And I make them check in.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else with that? I'm thinking of, there's a couple on here that just got some the rock stars that are ready to rock and roll. So I want to just I was picking your brain on that one.
Yeah. And also, like, later on that day or the next day, I make that ambassador make a coming out post to their friends. Mm-hmm. And I tell them to keep it short and simple and be genuine. Some of my people will be like, you know what? If they haven't tried the products, they'll be honest with like, hey, Yvonne is my friend. She keeps raving how the products have helped her and how she's found financial freedom. I have some goals for my family, and this is why I joined to be a Plexus ambassador. So along with you introducing them, make them do a coming out post, because when when they say it to their friends will listen to them. Exactly.
Yes. Now, what do you usually start them taking when they start? Like, do you have them on the triplex? And
mm-hmm. Yes. I always go to triplex right away. Mm-hmm. But now with this new block, if it's someone that really wants to do weight loss, well, I'll do triplex, and sometimes I'll offer them an incentive if I can. I know not everyone on my team is now, but triplex is the way to go. And then the next month, if they're, want to add a different product, I try to encourage my people to switch out a product, to try a new product for each month, so they kind of know what each product can do for them.
Right. Be a product of the product. Mm-hmm. How do you teach the product knowledge to your team?
So this is something I'm about to reformulate. I'm actually going to go with Tara Castaneda's thing.
Yes.
She posted, I don't know if you probably have seen this, Cindy, but she posted that she does a new ambassador call. She already has one made up. So it's like a voice conference call, and she makes them, as part of them joining, she makes them listen to this call. Mm-hmm. So that is something that I'm in the process of working. I've just been recording this video, but usually I'll send them like the file from Plexus Power Tools about the science of all the products, and I ask them to study that. Or I ask them, you know what, I want you to take one product every week or every 2 weeks, and I would love for you to Google each ingredient, because that gives them kind of homework to do, and it challenges them to do this on their own, because it's very important that you Google each ingredient so you'll know what each ingredient does for you. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what I do.
Okay, that's awesome. Perfect. What about, do you do group chats or, what about that?
So this is another thing that I am big on with my new ambassadors. Your level ones, there's a reason why that person is your level one. Because you already were friends with them, or if it's someone that you've already been friends with, this is something that I'm huge on, and I've coached to my team, and it works well. Sorry, guys. I just dropped my phone. I'm in the middle of running and going to the store with my husband. So I'm about to get in the car, so you're about to see me go in my car.
Okay.
So this is what I'm huge on. I love to tag team our mutual friends. So let's say I have a level one that just joined my team, but I was talking to her best friend already. I'll be like, hey, Sarah, your BFF, Cindy, I try to offer her to join Plexus, but she hasn't, I know she's ready, but she just haven't taken the leap yet. I know since she's your best friend, I think we should totally tag team her together. So with my level ones right away, I'm helping them. Like, especially if we have a lot of common mutual friends that I want on my team, I'll tag team them within a message. And we'll three-way message that person like, hey, Cindy, Sarah joined my team. I know you've been wanting. I really think you should join our team too, and you should be her first ambassador. Like, I do a lot of tag teaming to kind of help them go in at the beginning to at least try to push for them to go silver.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, it benefits you and them if y'all friends up. So that person's still on your team. I mean, we made 5 points on.
Uh-oh, you're cutting out. Darn it. Okay, that's perfect. Uh-oh, she's frozen. Frozen.
It's on.
Oh, unfreeze. Unfreeze, Yvonne. Darn. Come on. Click. Unfreeze, Yvonne. Shoot. Well, are you guys getting lots of tips? I've been writing a lot down. So, it sounds like it's a lot that we kind of do already, a lot of us, but it's just great to hear and be reminded of these things that she's talking about.
Hello?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
You froze up on the screen, and so I was just filling in.
I think because I was using the Wi-Fi at home, and I got in the car, so I lost the signal.
Oh, yes. Awesome. Okay. So a lot of these are golds on this call. And they're really wanting to get to senior gold. And so what are some tips maybe you have for that? What would be your last? We're almost done, but what do you think?
Using your uplines. This is something that's huge on Presley's Swaggerty. This is a tip that he shared to me, and I kind of tell my team. So you get a mini calendar, and on this mini calendar, it's the month. And it's just small. You keep it with you everywhere you go. For every appointment or call that you've done with the potential, you mark an X on that day. So if you're someone that's wanting to grow your team and you're meeting with people, whether it be a three-way call with your upline to get them to join the team, or private messaging, or you're meeting face-to-face, you make these meetings. And every meeting that's successful, you mark an X on the day. So at the end of the week, if you notice you only have one red X, that tells you right there that you're not doing enough IPAs or enough meetings to get you to grow your team to go from gold to senior golds. So that is a little small trick. And if you are having I tell my team, if you're having a hard time closing your deal, this is when your upline is the most useful, especially if your upline is a dual upline. This is a huge advantage for you guys. Get on the phone. Be like, hey girl, give me 10 minutes. I would just love to get you on the phone call with my upline and let us share Plexus with you. And whatever questions that you guys have, let her help me help you. And I promise you, after this phone conversation, if you don't want me to ever bring up Plexus to you again, I will leave you alone. Or get in a face-to-face meeting with them. When you get people face-to-face, whether you go take them out to lunch or meet at Starbucks, if you have a local upline, take them with you. Or, call in your upline during that face-to-face meeting. Because, like I said, second validation is huge, especially if you're doing everything that your upline tells you. Not only is that person hearing what you're saying, but they're hearing what your upline is saying, and they're going to understand it. So that's just big to me. If you need help closing the deal, definitely using your upline to help you and just making appointments and meeting out people. I have a girl right now on my husband's team. She makes it a goal to have 4 meetings a week with potentials, whether it be her level 1 she's about to recruit or she goes out with her team. You guys, when she did that, she went from silver to pretty much senior gold in a month and a half.
Woohoo!
Because she was making those appointments, those 4 weekly appointments. Like I said, it doesn't all have to be, most of them were face-to-face because, people love face-to-face. But one of those a week was at least a 3-way phone call with me if I couldn't go, so.
No, that's huge right there. I love giving that what they need to do to get here, because
Yeah.
you get to gold and you get stuck there, and then you know, a lot of times you think you're waiting on your team to do it, and you've got to take the initiative and you have to do it yourself. So
Yep.
I love that. All right. Well, I appreciate you so much, and I'm sorry again for telling you my friend. That was my friend's name that I said, because I'm like,
No, you're fine.
I hate that.
You're okay.
So why don't I let everybody unmute, and we can thank her for spending this time with us today. It was such a
Well,
pleasure.
thank you for inviting me. I hope I